Hi, I'm Brian with SETZER'S RV, and today I'd like to show you a 2023 Salem Cruise Lite Platinum 273 QB XL by Forest River. Starting on the front, tongue jack. We do have a light switch. The bigger switch will raise the tongue up and down. In case of power failure, you'll pull this grommet up here, and the camper will come with a manual crank to manually crank it up and down. Behind it we have two LP cylinders. They both hold 4.5 gallons. Dual stage regulator, nothing that you really got to mess with. Still, I only recommend opening one tank at a time. Behind the propane is a deep cycle battery. This battery does have a disconnect switch further behind it on the front of the tongue there. Always disconnect when you want to store the camper. We also have a starter kit. It comes with a water hose, sewer hose. This is a water pressure regulator and a 30 to 15 amp adapter. Moving on around the side, we have a cargo door. Goes through the cargo area. I call it the pass-through. And then below the cargo, we have a stabilizing jack. These jacks are stabilizing only. Be sure that you level the camper before you put these jacks down. Nice. Entrance door, the steps fold up inside the entrance door. Be sure you open the door all the way. And then when you need to set the steps up, there is a paddle on each side to adjust the legs. Make sure that you adjust the legs for this plate that is crossing through the door seal. Beside the entrance door is a hot water tank. This hot water tank is going to run on gas or electric. For electric only, the switch is in the bottom left hand side. Make sure that that switch is on for electric. Switch for gas is inside on the monitor panel. You do have standard safety blow off and a drain plug. This is how you drain the fresh holding tank. Next to the hot water tank is a fresh water connection. This is how you fill a holding tank where there's no water available. Whenever you do fill the tank, be sure not to overfill the tank, and when you are done camping, you'll need to drain the fresh water. There's a gate valve underneath. It's a white one. That's for the fresh holding tank. Of course, some speakers, got a vent for over the range inside. This is the exhaust for the furnace. Moving on down, before we get all the way down, up underneath, you're going to have two low point drains. It's a hot line and a cold line. You're going to use those to drain the water lines or flush and clean them as well. We do have a power outlet. It's going to be ground fault protected. This is an outlet for a TV if you have satellite cable. If not, there's an antenna for local channels. On the outside kitchen, we do have a mini fridge. The camper does have to be plugged into shore power for this fridge to work. We have a pull-out grill or griddle. It does utilize a gas line to connect. It's all quick connect, so it's very simple. Make sure that you do open the valve. You'll also have to season the top of the grill as well, the very top of it. It's lit. close that valve at the quick disconnect. Always be sure to put your little grommet back in there. Have the same connection here as well. Slide that right in. Always put the gas hose up in here as well. Now, beside the outside kitchen, we do have a spray port. So this spray port is basically like an outside spigot. It's got to be cold water only, but has pretty good pressure. Simple application. Water hose on the other end. All right, moving on around to the back. So, at the back, toward the bottom, we have your city water connection here on the right. If you go to a place, water is available, this is where you want to connect it to. Beside the city water connection on the left, they call this a black tank flush. It honestly is just to keep the sensors clean so the monitor panel reads accurately. Read the caution sign warning very carefully. It does also have a Lippert on the go mounted on the rear. The ladder sold separately, and it is prepped with a Furion base for a backup camera, which is also sold separately. Moving on around, we have a cable or satellite inlet. This is the only inlet. Sealed up good. We do have an outside shower toward the rear here on the other side. Right, makes it nice. Shore cord is going to be a detachable cord. 30 amp is what the cord's going to be. It's very simple, detachable. You can only plug it in one way. Next, down underneath, we have a thumb station. This thumb station has two tanks. This is the gray tank. This is the black tank. Black tank is for the toilet only. When your tanks are full and you are ready to dump, you will hook a sewer hose up. You'll want to pull and open and dump the black tank first. Wait until it is completely done and empty. Close it back before you open the gray to clean out the sewer hose. And always put your cap back on when done. Moving on down. As far as the wheel bearings on the axles, I do recommend to have them inspected once a year or every 12,000 miles. Keep them lubed up so they're not going to be you know, real costly or pricey in 5 to 6 years from now. And then the other side of the pass-through cargo, a little smaller of a door. We do have the shore cord inside the cargo area. All right, that's about everything on the outside. Let's get up on the roof and show you the roof. All right, so up on the roof, I'm gonna go ahead and show you everything that's up here. So we do have a lap seal. It goes across the front. Small antenna, solar panel, air conditioner, got a couple of plumbing vents, exhaust and skylight, and one more thing, another lap seal across the very rear. I do recommend to have these lap seals inspected and cleaned at least twice a year minimum. And that's everything up on the roof. All right, now I'm going to go in and show you the awning. Be sure not to overextend your awning. Now if you need to pitch your awning, just simply pull down on this bottom bar on both arms to fully pitch it. I do recommend putting it back up when you put the awning away. Be sure to pitch it if it starts raining, or put it away, and try not to tie or tether the arms down in any way. And then just make sure that you're retracting it when you put it away. Next, I'm going to go ahead and put the slide room out. It's going to be the switch next to the awning switch. Some good rules to follow on the slide out. When the slide is inside the camper, don't walk on the floor or store any heavy cargo like cases of water and pop. Once you put the slide all the way out, the weight won't matter, so everybody can sit down where there's a seat. Next rule, you only want the slide all the way in or all the way out. And when you're done camping, before you bring the slide in, you want to check the roof of the slide out for any debris, sticks, leaves, anything gets caught between the fascia and D-seal will cause a leak point. Also, a few other things on this monitor panel. At the top is what I call the monitor panel. Check battery, check the level of the fresh holding tank, level of the black tank, and level of the gray. We also have some light switches here. Dimmer switch light for the ceiling lights. This switch is for the water heater, gas only. When you use the gas, you'll see a fault light come on. This light means it's not lit, so give it about 8-10 seconds for it to go out, and that's when the hot water tank will ignite on gas. The next switch is the water pump. Only use the water pump if there's water in your fresh. If it is empty, that switch needs to remain off. The panel above the monitor panel is a solar charge controller. It'll give you a better status of your battery. Coming on in, you'll probably notice a fireplace to the right. Also a sound bar for the stereo. Fireplace is going to be electric only. The refrigerator is a Furion brand. To turn it off, just make sure that this knob on the right is turned all the way counterclockwise. We got a stove with an oven. So, knob on the very left is the igniter knob. It will turn clockwise only. So ignite the top burners. And then the oven, you'll have to light a pilot, so you'll have to hold the knob in. Normally wait about 15-20 seconds, and this knob will light the pilot. Don't ever cook with the glass down. Come further on past the refrigerator, around the corner we have a thermostat for the AC unit and the furnace. Very simple to use. Down below we have a propane and carbon monoxide alarm. And this is the bathroom door. There's going to be a main GFCI reset on the outlet in the bathroom. So that's going to be the main reset for your GFI. The exhaust fan for the vent, the switch is up in the corner. That's a really nice back room. 3 bunks plus a couch. It turns into a bed. Right? So this here bunk does fold down. Right? Alright, so there is one thing back here. It's going to be the power box. Once you come back into this room, I'll shut the door back. Down here at the bottom is where the power box is. It's going to house your breakers and your fuses. I believe that's a pantry. Smoke alarm in the ceiling. The light's in the slide. The switch is on the light itself. And then master bedroom. So there's a switch over there on the wall. Yeah. Switch on the wall for the lights in the master bed. Can get down into the front cargo area underneath the bed. We call this a laundry chute. Alright. Very nice. Okay. Well, that's going to conclude my walkthrough on the 2023 Salem Cruise Lite Platinum 273 QB XL by Forest River. Thank you and happy camping.